Hello, if you've been here before, welcome back. If not, hi, my name is David.
Hi, I'm Matthew.
And this is my, oh my god, what even month is it going to
It's May.
May.
It's gonna be May.
be? It's going to be May. This is my May TBR, where I talk about the books that I'll be reading in this month. So I'm at a pretty good spot where I have some space to actually start picking books of my physical TBR that I have yet to read. That are most of them are standalone, some of them are series that I've just collected physically that I had to rearrange my bookshelf for. So I wanted to do a TBR video about them, picking them using tarot cards. I'm not totally sure how this is going to pan out, but Matthew really likes tarot cards, and so we're going to use tarot cards to see which books I have to read this month. But first, I do have some books that I already know that I will be reading. 6 books that I already have planned to read, 2 of which are low priority. The low priority books are, I talked about this last month, 7 Ways We Lie. This is the book that I read when I was in high school that I want to revisit on my shelf, that I've had on my shelf for a long time. It has the 7 deadly sins on here, and it's 7 different characters with these deadly sins.
As names?
No.
They just have the sins?
Yeah, it's 7 students, 7 parentheses, deadly sins, 1 secret. That's what it says inside of here. And I'm pretty sure it's like some like a cheating scandal, like having sex with a teacher type scandal. I think I'm not fully sure. I don't remember it.
From Pretty Little Liars? I don't know that one.
Maybe this is very much a Pretty Little Liars inspired book, and so I want to revisit it because, like I said, this was on my TBR list last month. I didn't able to get to it, but it was low priority. So to see if I want to keep it on my shelf or not. Right now, I'm guessing no, but it's one of those YA books that I'm like, it's YA. It's just kids in high school having high school kid drama.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about that anymore. The other low priority book is Among the Enemy by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This is a book 6 of the Shadow Children series. I've been rereading this series, sci-fi dystopia series, really good. This is higher low priority than 7 Ways We Lie. But I think I'm going to finish. I don't know when I'm going to start this one, but this is a book that I'm like, I have some time to read it on a Thursday or like a weekday. I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to read this book and just keep reading the series. I will also be reading The Monster Bar Cormorant by Seth Dickinson. This is book 2 of the Masquerade series, the first book being The Traitor Bar Cormorant, which I read 2 months ago. I'm reading this series every other month. And on the off months, I'm reading the Poppy War series. Both series are pretty similar in my eyes. And so I'm really excited to get to the second book of the Traitor Bar Cormorant series. Then I'll be reading, I don't remember when, Starter Villain by John Scalzi. What?
Why, the cover?
Yeah. John Scalzi's Starter Villain for a book club. Hopefully they don't reschedule it like the other book club book that I had to read last month, but whatever. This is
They don't watch your videos.
Huh?
So they don't watch your videos.
They don't know me. Inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who's running the place. I know.
Wait, is the cat? Are they all cats?
No, it is. There is a cat. Hold on. That's just at the end of it. You know, it's up to Charlie to win the war his uncle started against a league of supervillains, but with unionized dolphins, hyper-intelligent talking spy cats, and a terrifying henchman at his side. Going bad is starting to look pretty good. In a dog-eat-dog world, be a cat. I don't have high expectations for this because this is more of a comedy type of sci-fi story, and I'm not much of a fan of those absurdist types story, but I'm reading it for a book club, so I can show up to the book club and be like, I hated it because it was funny. I don't tend to read those types of books. John Scalzi, I had read his other book, Kaiju Preservation Society, and I thought it was a pretty cool concept, but I did not quite enjoy the comedy aspect of it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of cats things are happening. This is just a representation of the next book that I'm going to read. This is Molka. This is the book of the month for April. I already chose the book of the month for April, which is Canon by Paige. I forget her name.
That's actually her last name. Paige.
pull up on your phone. Pull up
I didn't even finish. Paige Lewis.
Paige Lewis. Thank you. That's the book of the month book of May, Canon by Paige Lewis. I really like the cover. I don't understand what it's about, but it looks crazy. It looks on the same vein of humorous as Starter Villain, so I'm a little hazy on that too. But you read this is the one that I showed you with the whale.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
the whale, yeah.
it's gonna be right here in the center between us.
I'm actually looking at it right now.
So that's going to be the book of the month that I'll be reading. And then also another representation, I am currently reading Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey, this first book of the Expanse series. So I'll be reading the second book, Caliban's War. Yeah, Caliban's War for the next month. I just haven't gotten my hands on a physical copy of it, but I'll be reading the second book of this series next month as well. 4 books that I have priority, 2 lower priority, and then we're going to pick 4 books of my physical TBR that I have to read using tarot reading cards. Okay, so I had to fix the camera placement because phone died and better showcase of the cards. Do you want to explain more about your cards?
They're made out of cardboard.
Let's show the back of them. Look how shiny they are.
So this is the Fortune's Tarot. It's created by Britt June and Blair Porter.
Focus. Thank you.
I got this from that stimulus check back in 2020, 2021, whatever. Because I was like, you know what? I want a good tarot deck. I like this. It's very pretty. Because I can't find a better way to word this, but this is divination. This is witchcraft. They're gonna be queer.
Yeah.
I'll have you start this one off if you need it closer. So this says the anchor on it. I don't know how well you can see it because the people who created this, they wanted to be gender neutral with this. So the anchor is typically the emperor in a traditional Rider's White deck. But in this one, there'll be a lot more gender neutral terms in there. Like instead of kings, it's rulers. Instead of knights, it's conquerors. Stuff like that. So it doesn't give that like male vibe or female vibe.
Knights can be women.
Knights can be women too. But in the traditional Rider Rights deck, and also every other deck that is based off of that, they will depict the knights as males.
Oh, are they hot?
I don't know.
No.
I'm so sorry. I don't jerk it while I do card readings.
Oh, wow.
Slut. Please count that off. I'm so sorry. So yeah, there'll be a lot of gender neutral stuff. How I do my readings is it's divination, so it's a lot of vibes. Which I hate to say because it makes it really hard for me to talk about my process about this. But I simply just get a feeling in my hand, a feeling in my chest of like what card is correct for whatever reading I'm doing.
I'm not allowed to touch them when he's reading.
Yes, yep. Because I know that you guys who are watching a book YouTube video are probably into witchcraft. So you guys would be mad at both of us here if I let him touch this.
Yeah.
Because this needs to be attuned to my energy so that way I can make this reading accurate and I'll be reading accurate from this point on.
The cards say, "Baby, your actions are icky, disgusting."
Yeah, your vibes are just gross. I love you though. I love your vibes. So I will be drawing these. They do not catch very well onto surfaces due to it being very sleek. But I will shuffle until it feels right. I will check the deck to see if it needs to be cut a certain way. From there, I will spread the decks out. If I need to cut the deck and only use one part of it, if I need to use the whole deck and only cut it and say put it underneath it, and we use the whole deck, that's how we will. That's how we do.
I have 4 slots of books that I want to read, and so what we're going to do is we're going to pull the 4 cards.
Yes.
And each card is a prompt, basically, as to what book to read for that slot. 2 of these slots I have already delineated as a specific type of book. The first 2 slots, the first slot is a series, so a continuation of a series, or the first book of a series. I'm aiming more towards a continuation of a series, but depending on what the cards say, either to start a new series or something like that. We'll see. That's the first slot. The second slot, second card, will be the prompt for a book that is horror genre, because I want to read more horror, and I have a handful of horror books that I need to read. So that's the second slot. And then the other two slots are wild cards, that saying it is whatever the cards prompt, in terms of the wild card might also be a horror book or might also be a series, but I'm not. There's less restrictions on these last two slots, and then go from there. And we'll have the 4 cards to do the prompts for the books that I get to choose.
Because this is essentially giving you a reading.
Yes.
And also you, the viewers at home. There are some people who talk about like if a card is upright or reverse, if it should be towards the viewer, the person you're giving a reading to, or it should be towards the reader. I subscribe to the thought that it should be towards the person who is getting the reading.
Yeah.
If I think that's reverse, it's going to be upright because it's going to be facing you, and also you, the viewers at home.
Get some good ASMR. We can hear our neighbors, like right outside this wall is other neighbor common area, basically, and we can hear them. I don't know if you can hear them in the microphone.
Hold that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Just got to spread them out so then each of them get a chance to shine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I wish we had like a velvet thing, but like also like this is the only time I'm like, I need crushed velvet. Good. We're gonna get it.
Okay. So the first card that we're going to pick is the card for the series prompt. We're not going to turn them over until we pick all 4. Series. The next card will be a prompt for a horror book. The next card is just any wild card prompt, whatever may come. And again, this card could also be a series or horror, but it could be that, but it could be whatever. And then the last card is the same thing, a wild card.
Jesus Christ, this one was screaming at me.
We have the 4. That's the series.
Okay, so this would be upright because it's towards the reader.
Yes.
So this is the 9 of Swords.
Can I pick it up now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ooh. 9 of Swords.
Anyway, this one is horror.
Yes, horror book.
This is reverse 10 of Swords.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, not that far away.
Get the hands. Reverse. This is what it looks like normal.
This is kind of giving off the same vibes of we found an abandoned apartment. Wild card.
Wild card.
Oh,
Strength.
Strength reverse.
Strength reverse. This is the and this is how it is normal. Strength
Can
reverse.
I say a really dumb story?
Please do.
Okay, so hey, you guys, I got into tarot cards because of Persona. So when I was in high school, I loved Persona 4, still love it. I'm a Persona 4 truther. Fuck Persona 5.
Fuck Persona 5.
Fuck Persona 5.
Fuck Persona
love
5.
Persona 5. But I was like, what's my social link? What's my card? And I got the Strength.
Uh-huh.
This was my first experience of going onto Spotify, and well, actually, this was 8 tracks. Going on to like a fan made playlist and getting that when you're like, I'm looking up for the Dark Entity and they're giving me Tally Hall from the lights up. I got that because it gave it, on the playlist. It had Cher Stronger. It had Britney Spears Stronger. It was like every song that like introduced the word strong in it.
Oh yeah,
They put it in there.
Yeah.
It still works, but I'm like, come on.
Low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah. This is reversed.
This is reversed. And then we got
the wild card.
The hanged one, also reversed.
The hand. The hanged. Oh, because it's usually the hangman.
Yeah. And this one's a major arcana.
2 major, 2 minor.
Okay. Let's do the series.
Series.
This was 9 of Swords upright.
Upright. Pop, pop, pop.
So, these are the keywords. Anxiety, sadness, depression. The 9 of Swords is not often a welcome message. It confirms a space of deep grief, sadness, depression, anxiety, panic, etc. Emotions are heightened. You are uncomfortable and possibly dealing with racing, intrusive thoughts. You have been here before and are desperate to not be here again. With that, you may be trying to prepare by disaster planning. There is definitely a feeling of entrapment with this card. You are unsure of how to get out of this mental space. Your neural pathways are in repetition and won't let you turn the page. Self-healing is an art, and it can often feel like walking a very fine line. It is nuanced. We want to surrender to where we are, but we don't want to get stuck there. It is accepting the present by doing enough to move on to. With the 9 of Swords, accepting what you are feeling is paramount, but so is the other part. Adding in some new things that you don't typically do, new routines, workouts, ways home, whatever it is. We want to shake things up because what we are doing now is not working. We don't do these things hoping they fix how we are feeling. We do them just because we are curious as to what could come next. Striking this balance is work, so be kind to yourself. So what this sounds to me, if we're making a prompt out of this, this sounds like to me, you should do a book from a series that you would, from a genre maybe, that you do not typically read.
Do not typically read? Yeah. Because I was, okay.
What was your feeling?
I'm thinking, there's one candidate that I'm thinking of. I'm definitely thinking of a horror series. I just have to pull up what other series I have.
Read a book, about depression, maybe overcoming depression, or like read a book that's about suffering or self-healing. Read a self-help book.
So there's 3 series books that I'm thinking of maybe. The heavy one that I'm like definitely most likely is going to be Devil by Name by Keith Rosen. Not only because the keywords of 9 of Swords was
depression, anxiety, eat a piece of bread and maybe you feel better.
Yeah.
Anxiety, sadness, depression.
So at the end of the first book, a near apocalyptic message is sent out to cities that makes people go insane, and this is like the aftermath of it. I read Fever House by Keith Rosen. This is the second book. I could also do Gear Breakers by Zoe Hana Mikuda, which is sci-fi dystopia rebellion, basically. 2 lesbians fight the shadow of Godolia's tyrannical rule.
Can I? Yeah, I'm just the shadow of Godolia's.
Yeah,
Godolia. Okay.
Godolia. Yeah, and they're like 2. They're a Gearbreaker, a brash young rebel who specializes in taking down wind-ups from the inside. Wind-ups being huge, giant mechanized weapons.
Oh, this is like when zombie movies can't say zombies and they have to find something else to say it.
And then Crier's War by Nina Varel, which is the first book. The Gearbreakers is a duology. Crier's War, I believe, is a trilogy by Nina Varela, and it is about it's after the War of Kinds ravaged the kingdom of Rabu. The Atame, designed to be playthings of royals, took over the estates of their owners and bent human race to their will. So robots have enslaved humans, and a human falls in love with a robot royal, and then they start another war. So like shaking up a shake-up of a society. What are your thoughts?
This one?
Yeah. My thoughts exactly. I have been really wanting to read this second, but I really like the first book, but it could have been much better. It's underrated in my opinion. Like I underrate the book
So, double by name.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Horror.
book.
Horror. Okay, so keywords of Ten of Swords in general
Mhm.
is disaster and loss, which makes sense because 9 was also the same thing.
Yeah.
The swords have a lot of like pain, just in general. Just like anyone who knows about tarot, like anytime you get swords, it's like you're probably gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Anyways, reverse of 10 of Swords announces the arrival of an all-time low. So, like, when there's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I can tell.
I don't know that song.
It's Jim Maria.
All the small things.
Okay, let me just cut this.
I'm keeping this.
Sure, it doesn't feel good, but it gives you what you need to finally move on. When we reach this place, changes become so much easier because we are desperate, and desperation can move mountains within us.
Worst thing that has happened has happened.
I feel like this is also like aftermath of a disaster. It's about like moving on from this disaster. Like maybe this is a book that's about like rebuilding, or maybe post-apocalyptic.
All right, so I have some candidates here. This one is technically not a horror book.
Mhm.
However, I pulled it because it is The Lost City of Zed by David Gran. This I got because it is basically about the Lost City of Zed, which was detailed in the Magnus Archives episode 133, Dead Horse. Magnus Archives Horror. And this is a nonfiction book about a expedition into the Amazon jungle by Percy Fawcett, who later disappeared. And this is detailing the events that may have led him to disappear. So that's a candidate. I have episode 13 by Craig DeLuey, which is a found footage type of story of hit ghost hunting reality TV show. A husband and wife team disappear, and this is the recording of what they found.
Mhm.
And then You Aren't Meant to Be Human by Andrew Joseph White is Alien meets Midsommar in this chilling novel about an alien invasion in rural West Virginia.
Mhm.
Festering masses of worms and flies have taken root in dark corners across Appalachia. And it's about Appalachia. And it's about a trans man who gets taken by a cult, and he is made to carry the baby of an alien, and he does not want to do that. So those are the 3 that I'm thinking of. Okay. Lost City of Zed, which I think also, because I don't tend to read nonfiction.
Mhm.
And I've been wanting to read more nonfiction, mostly because I've heard a lot of people talk about some pretty good nonfictions, Present Company included. And so I wanted to get more into it. This is technically not a horror book, but definitely about something scary that happened.
Mhm.
And I have no idea how it's going to be, but I've heard good things about this. So, Lost City of Zed.
Okay, strength reverse. So overall themes of strength, resilience, determination.
Is there a character specifically for strength and Persona?
There are many because of that. However, I did retake it afterwards because I will say, like, it's one of those things where, like, when I do personality quizzes, there's times I get to like questions that I'm like either or about.
Yeah.
So I did retake it like multiple times because I was like,
I retook the Myers-Briggs test like multiple times and got 3 different answers. Back when I could talk about it,
Can you not talk about the Myers-Briggs test?
Well, 1, no, because Myers-Briggs sucks, but also 2, we'll talk about it later. But also, I took the Pottermore Harry Potter houses test 3 times.
Even worse.
And I got 3 different answers through different times of life. So.
But I retook it and I got the star more times than not.
Yeah.
So like,
but I do ask in terms of like,
do you want to put pictures of that out here? So we got Coder Modern. No. So resilience is up. Strength reverse asks you to take inventory of your ego, self-worth, and image. Are you paralyzed by fear and feel that you are incapable, or are you overconfident in your abilities? You may be feeling weak and overwhelmed, and if so, spend some time grounding and becoming present with yourself. Remind yourself that all the things you have already overcome, you can and surely will overcome any current challenges.
So this tells me it's a character that needs to overcome something.
Yes, but that's also like every book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
That's
but
every
also,
book. But this to me sounds more like read a book that has a character in it that has an
Period.
ego problem. Read a book that has a character in it. I would say like this is the time to like read a book that has a character in it that has a huge ass fucking ego. Maybe like a book that has a fall from grace moment in it. Book that has an overzealous character or a character that has a huge ass ego.
So I have 3 options that I found. We have Salvage by Madeline Rue, sci-fi. It says it's about 2 characters, Rosalind and Edison. Rosalind is a woman on the run from her famous family, the bioengineering job she's come to hate, and her messed up wife. And then the other, Edison, is a captain adrift in space, and they're like robots. And so I'm like, okay, person who's running away from her rich family, that feels to me like she's very proud of herself. She wants to be on her own. Don't yet know how it is. I have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, which is a thriller that came out last year. And it's about a teenager who vanished from a summer camp. 2 worlds collide. In 1975, Barbara Van Laar has gone missing. And she isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns a summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And that obviously is going to have issues.
I'm actually 12, so something like that.
Barbara's older brother similarly vanished 14 years ago and never to be found, and is chasing down the layered secrets of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community working in its shadow. Also with the fun pink drip.
I'm so sorry. Our child went missing, so let's bang and have another one.
Yeah. And then The General in His Labyrinth by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which is a quasi-biographical, I believe, story on General Simon Bolivar, one of the Western Hemisphere's supreme heroes, basically the George Washington of Colombia. He's a dazzling orchestrator of political and military intrigue, as well as the lover, the libertine, the fighter capable of heroism, mercy, and ruthlessness. So those are the 3 options. General in His Labyrinth. And last card, wild card. Named 1. Gender neutral.
Let go and surrender. Those who refuse to pause and relax when needed are often handed a big time out from the universe. This feels harsher than us simply taking a break. A good example is running yourself ragged because you're trying to make more money, then all of a sudden getting an infection, and that turns chronic, forcing you to take off for an extended period of time. In the Western world, there is a sense of pride in ignoring your needs for the sake of progress, but this isn't smart, and it will hit you. Give yourself permission now. So, like...
I'm thinking this is saying a chiller book.
Yeah, I like a calm down book.
Calm down book.
Yeah, like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, cozy, maybe, or character focus versus plot focus. Okay, so I don't have that many cozy books per se.
I love having heart attacks and stress.
So I try to find books that are like feel like it's going to be smoother, quote unquote. I got 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher. Well, this is a arc of T. Kingfisher, and it is 9 goblins doing stuff, and it seems like a comedy.
Yeah,
it's like a fantasy comedy type thing.
Yeah,
it's about a woman who works with the 9 goblins who must figure out how to keep her hapless band together and get them home in one piece, despite a path filled with elves, trolls, monsters, and most terrifying creatures, human being. And it's sort of like the Nasilka is the main goblin. I feel like this is more of a comedy type. It literally says a tale of low fantasy and high mischief. So I felt that's sort of like letting go a bit. I have The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLean. It is about a person, Ayla, who works in a magical zoo in Chicago, was it? I believe it's in real life, or like it's in a real world type of situation. I've heard it described similar to the new book that Heather Fawcett came out with, August Albert's Cat Shelter, and that is also a cozy book. And and so Kingskeeper is an option. And then A Great Act of Love by Heather Rose, also an arc. It's about a father and daughter who travel in 1839 to Australia. It's an immensely beautiful it's immensely beautiful and inspired by a true story. This heartrending family saga chronicles a father and daughter and the enduring power of familial love. So I felt like this was more like about family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's so good.
yeah. We have A Great Act of Love
I want you to know
by
the
Heather
face.
Rose.
I want you to know that the fates were like, you will not be reading Nine Goblins.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, let me go over here. No.
So as a recap, the 8 and 10 books that I'm going to read, 2 of which are low party, that I'm going to read this month are Among the Enemy by Margaret Pearson Haddix, 7 Ways We Lie by Riley Redgate. These are low priority. Starter Villain by John Scalzi. The Monster Bard Cormorant. 9 of Swords, I have The Devil by Name by Keith Rosen. The 10 of Swords for the Lost City of Zed. Strength, The General in His Labyrinth by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Oh, the Hang One card was A Great Act of Love by Heather Rose. So this is the pile of books I'm going to be reading this month. And then I don't have it physically yet. Calvin's War by James S.A. Corey, second book in the Expanse series, and Canon by Paige Lewis, which is the Book of the Month book. And then I will also be continuing with the the Expanse series, hopefully to be able to finish the series at the end of the year. And then obviously Canon, Book of the Month, just keep going with Book of the Month until I get to a point, I guess. We'll see. In terms of series, Devil by Name is this Fever House series is a duology, so it's just these 2 books, so I can keep going with another series. And next month, and really excited for Lost City of Zed. Like I said, I read it. I got this book because of the Magnus Archives, so really excited to read that. I found a bunch of Gabriel Garcia Marquez books in the library, and so I bought them for like pretty cheap, and so I'm excited to read more of him. Gabriel Garcia Marquez obviously being a super famous Colombian author. And this was an arc as well. This book came out January. Advanced reader's copy. But I got it from a bookstore. And I'm excited to keep going with the Monster Bar Cormorant, the Masquerade series, because that's a really fun fantasy series. Oh, look, we have YA, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, nonfiction. I believe general would be classified as nonfiction, and then historical fiction. So pretty good array of genre. Any last words to say regarding the tarot, or just in general?
If you guys ever want to do tarot readings and you want to get your own cards, again, do not let other people touch them. That will make it
When you're reading,
them,
because I can touch them now.
You can touch them now. That's and you get like a doggy. Yeah, don't let them read if you're in the process of doing it. Don't let them shuffle it. Some people will even say him just touching them now is a no-no. That's a whole thing. I'm not going to touch that because that's so much discourse on which Twitter. I'm not going to touch. But yeah, do not do it. Make sure that it's totally fine. There are some people who say like you should always get the red or white version. You just pick whatever feels right. Just pick whatever's the cheapest. Some people like to make their own. If you make your own, I would definitely say there are sites that will help you like learn how to do it. Yeah, do not be afraid about doing tarot. A lot of people think that's going to summon spirits.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid. It's to me, it's very much like hey, I'm trying to talk to somebody.
And thank you so much for coming on this TBR journey. I had fun. I think I would like to continue doing this. So eventually there will be more slots open. And then we can also play around with how we interpret books and stuff like that. Or like have like these slot categories or something that helps narrow down what is being interpreted, etc. And yeah, would you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to be passionate, and I'll see you later.